This story, like most of my stories, starts out at one place and winds around to eventually end up at the right spot. So let's start here with a visit to my local airport. I always go plane spotting, and I usually end up with something unique. Look at this beauty. I've not seen one of these before. Didn't know what it is. But just look at it. Look at that long nose and those retractable gear. It just shouts out that it's a speed demon. If you look even closer, you can see that not only do the main gear retract, but the tail wheel retracts too. I learned that it has a 200 horsepower IO360 engine with a constant speed prop. That should jump it up in class a bit to compete with the likes of a Mooney. It's outfitted pretty good inside. It could be IFR certified with the right equipment. It was designed, I learned, to be aerobatic. The tail tells the story of what this beast is, a MECO 20. Since I'd never heard of one, I wanted to look it up and learn more. I did determine that the airframe is a derivative of an older aerobatic plane, that this plane was built in Fort Pierce, Florida with seed money from the Seminole Indian tribe. That's interesting. As I dug deeper, I began to get conflicting information, particularly in the area of performance. Details were sketchy at best. I suppose that's because it's a relatively rare plane and it's out of production. It turns out, though, that this plane is for sale. For this video, I'm going to use the performance data from the ad in Trade-A-Plane, since the owner presumably provided those details. Now there's 2 seats enclosed under a bubble canopy. I perked up a bit since my RV-12 is configured like that too. But this monster has a 200 horsepower engine that should make it go like a bullet, while I chug along at 120 knots. This plane can take 50 pounds of luggage. My RV-12 can hold 75 pounds of baggage. Okay, well, that's different. This plane has all 3 wheels retract, while I cruise along with all 3 wheels hanging out in the breeze. Hey now, wait a minute. The owner states that the cruise speed is 128 knots? Let me get this straight. You have 200 horsepower and a constant speed prop. You carry 2 people and 50 pounds of baggage at 128 knots? My RV-12 has half the power at 100 horsepower and has a fixed blade prop and carries 2 people and 75 pounds of baggage at 120 knots. You only go 8 knots faster? Here's a screenshot of my last cross-country trip. 121 knots true at 4,500 feet. We both do 1,000 feet per minute in a climb. You're burning between 9 and 11 gallons per hour? I'm cruising at 4.5 gallons per hour. I'm loving my RV-12 more and more. I see that your service ceiling is 11,000 feet. My RV-12 tops out at 19,000 feet. I know different planes are built for different missions and that my plane is not aerobatic. But for a cross-country trip, my plane just seems so much better. I did find another source that claims a cruise at 140 knots, which is better, but since the owner quoted 128 knots in the Trade-A-Plane ad, maybe that's the real number. I did find a pilot report on this airplane. It's on the screen, but I'm going to read it to you out loud. The MECO SP-20 is a stout airplane that gives the impression of being well designed and solidly built. We like the styling, the ergonomics, and the construction quality, but for some reason we left the airplane feeling a little bit disappointed, especially with its lack of speed. Frankly, it looks faster than it is. As a sport airplane, the SP-20 suffers from heavy roll forces. I love my little RV-12. It is so fun to fly. The controls are perfectly harmonized, and especially in roll with the full-span flaperons, the control forces are light and responsive. The RV-12 has no bad habits. It's economical and delivers reasonable performance for the cost per hour. My friends, the grass is never greener on the other side of the fence, and the allure of another plane that looks so inviting may reveal that beauty is only skin deep. Like I always do, I have a little minutia to end the video. I flew home to Atlanta on an Airbus A320 last week. Here I am playing pilot on the infotainment screen on the seat ahead of me. And let's play tribute to one of the great planes around, the V-tail Bonanza. This beauty is a transient at my home airport. I gotta go. I need to go hug my airplane. I'm loving it now more than ever. You won't find a better two-place light aircraft anywhere. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. I don't mean to demean any airplane. The facts are just simply the facts. Stay tuned to this channel for more insightful reporting. See you later.